Welcome everyone to today's episode of the Image Review on Dezi.life. And today we are checking out a portrait from my good friend Dietrich Gask. He submitted a few in a row to the channel, so I'm going ahead and make sure I honor as many as I can. And this is a great black and white portrait. It's simple. It's like a headshot, like almost like a talent agency headshot that I really just enjoy. It's a very nice expression. It's very clean. The overall, Dietrich's always got great engagement. He always knows how to get that engagement out of his subjects, and I admire that about him. So, if I was this customer, I would, and for those that are new to the channel, I always kind of look at the image two ways, as a customer and as a, in air quotes, art critic. I'm trying not to be too pretentious about that, so I'll just, discuss that part a little bit later. But for the most part, I really enjoy this portrait. I like the hands behind the head. It kind of provides a nice framing for the face, especially in this kind of background separation. This black on black on black, it's a vibe that's going on right now. To have something kind of cut across, I really enjoy. Now, the tonality, I wish it had just had a little bit more punch to it. I mean, it's right there on the nice crisp of that old black and white silver finish on an image, and it's right there. I absolutely like it. I just wish it had a little bit more crisp in the highlights. But for the most part, expression is spot on. The composition is, right there where it needs to be. Now, like I said, if I was a talent agent, I'd consider this a great headshot. If I was looking for this for like a senior photograph, this would definitely sell. There's nothing that I would say about this image that wouldn't sell, and that's kind of, for as business owners, that's an important thing. Will it sell? And I absolutely think this thing will sell. It has great catchlight on the eyes. It's great expression. It's extremely engaging, and it's very flattering to the subject. And the simplicity of this image is kind of what'll help it sell, and that's what I like about it. So let's take off the customer glasses and let's put on the fine art glasses. I can't even say that with a straight face. So looking at this as a art critic, as a judge of any sort, again, these are just my opinions. I'm still going to hold true that this is a phenomenal image. There's only just a handful of items that I feel are distracting. This image is extremely simple, not necessarily simple as in easy, but simple as in the elements are so clean and so well organized that there's not a lot to sit there and say, oh well, this is where, this is whatever. It's clean. There's just enough here to give you a sense of what your subject is, a sense of who your subject is, and just kind of that vibe that they give off. And that on its own, doing that with as few elements that are in the image and doing it well is actually fairly challenging. So kudos on that. So the things that I find that are slightly distracting are just on the edges of the frame. Because everything is so simple, this little bit of bicep here, right on that elbow line, is just a touch distracting, especially since I don't have it on the right-hand side. I'm not going to mark the right-hand side for this one. Bringing in that crop just a little bit right there is probably one of the few things I would see that would be, necessary to take this from being a selling image to a fine art image, is really bringing that down. This triangle down here does kind of, I don't spend a whole lot of time on it, so it's not horribly distracting. But I wouldn't mind having it burned down just a little bit more so that it just kind of frames a body line right there, and that's it. And that's pretty much it. The only thing that I would say would be, and this is of not of Dietrich's fault at all, is the fact that the shirt's a little bit wrinkled. I mean, I enjoy these waves here. I honestly enjoy these waves right here, these large bends in the shirt, and I really do enjoy those. I'm just not really fond of these smaller wrinkles here in the middle. And again, that's no fault of the photographer. If the client shows up with a slightly wrinkled shirt on, we have to do the best with what we can. And with that being said, it's definitely something that and say would still sell as an image. And like I said, as a fine art piece, this thing is extremely close to being what it needs to be as a fine art piece. So that's pretty much it. Definitely share your opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the Dezi.life channel and check out our site, Dezi, Dezi.life. And again, thank you, Dietrich, for being part of the family and submitting your images. If you'd like to submit your images, go to Dezi.life and click on the image critiques link, and we will go ahead and have a link there for you to how to submit your images. Thank you, and have a great day. Till the next time, go out forth and create something awesome.